Hey everybody, Dauntless here, and welcome back to Space Quest, Decisions of the Elder. Space Quest being a rather loose term, as I've discovered with this game. Mostly because, as I've mentioned before, they seem to have completely forgotten everything that made Space Quest Space Quest. The lore seems to be completely different, I guess the characters still have their names, but then have the name Wilco, but then, you can't die at all. Just the whole gameplay feels completely different. It's in a Space Quest style, but it's not really a Space Quest game. And I am trying to figure out how to get this, I'm trying to figure out how to get the wrench. Oh, there is no speed increase. I wonder what this... Oh, hey, there's the speed increase. Let's see how fast this bugger can go. There we go. Maybe not that fast. It's a little too fast. There we go. Oh, that's a lot better. Okay, now I can get around this area quicker. Okay. So, let's see. What do I got right now? I'd just like to say for the record that some of these images here... Wait a minute. This is from Space Quest 5. This is the hole punch from Space Quest 5. This is the exact same image. I remember because... Well, no, it's an EGA version, but it still kind of looks like the same thing because I remember that on the Space Quest 5, I think it had the little things there where there's like 4 little dots in between. And the reason I always thought that was kind of like strange is because I was like, how is that a hole punch? It looks like it's supposed to punch a bunch of holes into something. But, okay. But most of these images are really low res. I mean, some of this stuff looks okay, but let's face it, look at what is it I mentioned before? The gum. Look at episode 2, back at part 2. Check out how they did that gum, and it's just like, good grief. Okay, so I can't put the nut there, right? Yeah, and okay. So I think I picked up everything. Everything I have here has to do with something I already have right now. And there's nothing inside the room, so I think it's the tools. It's something in the tool area here, this shed. Okay, let's see. What do we got in here? We got this tool thing. It's a tool board with various tools and all sorts of wrenches. Only the 10mm wrench is missing. Okay. Oh, those must be the trees outside. Okay. And then I got the drill, but I don't have any drill. The clock. It looks kind of incomplete. You push the pendulum. After a few seconds, the pendulum stops again. It's because a weight is missing on the pointed bottom end of the pendulum. It needs a weight. Ooh. That won't complete the clock. Okay. I don't think that's going to work. Well, this is a crossbow. I need this stuff for a bow. The pendulum could use some weight, but the potato is too heavy and too big. Okay. This should do the trick. You stick your walnut as provisionary weight on the pointed end of the pendulum and push it. It works! You've successfully repaired Clockwork Walnut. Proud of yourself, you come to the conclusion that you have deserved a little reward and take the clock with you. Okay, I guess... Okay, so what's probably going to happen is I'm going to have to use that You stop the pendulum before you get totally drowsy. So let's try using this thing. Maybe the pendulum will distract the squirrel long enough. Ah! You place the clock with the walnut pendulum on the branch fork. Oh, that was clever. They stuck the inventory symbol right there. A squirrel inside the hole takes a long glance at your static clock, but eventually resists the temptation to leave its hideout to grab the walnut. You'll have to make this a bit more fascinating. You give the pendulum a little push. Now this is definitely too much for the little nut addict in its hole. The squirrel comes out of its hole and is more than fascinated. I once heard that there was this would-be pirate with that unpronounceable name who hypnotized monkeys with bananas on a metronome. But this is something new. Great job, Wilco. Just because you say it's new doesn't mean it's new. Question, why can't I hear the clock anymore although the pendulum is still swinging? Because the noise would start to annoy me. And now stop being meticulous. Assuming that the knothole is empty, you reach into the hole and retrieve a 10mm wrench, which you immediately sack. One question arises, what did the squirrel want to do with the wrench? But that's easy, open nuts! Oh my. Okay, so let's go get that screw then. Yes, this is the right tool. Gotcha. You press the zinc-coated screw in the raw potato. I hope you know what you're doing. Okay, so to make this potato... Okay, and one piece of copper metal serves as electrodes. One zinc, one copper. I don't have anything copper, right? Okay. Leaning against the wall, 1 meter lower than before, doesn't make the picture autographed by Dick D. Copperfield any less ugly. Please don't make me look at it any longer. You turn around the ugly picture. Thank you, Jerry. What's this? There's also a picture on the back? No, it's some writing. Now I'm getting excited. It reads, 5 steps towards the morning sun from the home of the nut addict. 2 steps with the high sun in your face, Mr. Copperfield. Okay. So 2 to the morning sun. The sun rises in the east, so... I would call this a verbal treasure map. So, 5 from the morning sun. So 5 east, 2... with the high sun in your face? With a nut addict. Okay. At this point, the meadow has a few bald spots. Oh. Okay. Somebody has misused the shovel blade as a candle holder. Alright. Okay. I guess things. The meadow doesn't feel very special at this point. So I've got to dig this up. Why? Why do I need to get myself a complete spade? Why couldn't I just take the thing and use it with my bare hands? Oh, go no, south. Is there a way I can get rid of it in here? Okay. Let's see. I think it's that little patch of bald ground right there. This is what he's talking about, is right here. But to do anything with it, I need to repair the dang spade. I need to get the drill bit for that. Holy crap! There's some tool stuck in a tree again? Might have been the same guy who left that rusty blade in the other tree. Okay, so can you see this thing here? Oh, yeah, with my bare hands. Here, let's use the pliers are the right tool to get the drill out of the birch. The drill is made of some modern synthetic polymer. I don't know how I even clicked on that, to be honest. I don't know how I even did that. But, oh my god, I'm glad I did. You insert the drill into the drill, Chuck. Good thinking. You drill the wax out of the shovel blade. The shovel blade can finally accept what it was originally designed for. Also, notice the white background, and then you couldn't tell that there was a candle there because it blended in. You're now a clean shovel blade, accepts your stick willingly. So does that mean I get to go and dig up whatever the heck this thing is? It's probably the copper piece. Okay, let's see. 5 steps toward the morning sun from the home of the nut addict, thus 5 steps eastward. 2 steps with the high sun in your face, which can only mean southwards. You start to dig with your shovel and hope for a nice reward. After a few minutes, you hear the noise of metal against metal. You bow down and retrieve a copper coin. Angry about this worthless discovery, you force your spade back into the earth and pull your handle out of the shovel blade. Sorry, Jerry. With your spade broken, your treasure hunt is already over, and your booty is 1 copper coin. And before you ask, you will never get this blade out of the earth again. Meanwhile, on a place not far away from your current position, Julia is being cornered by her overprotective sextuplet brothers, Barry, Gary, Harry, Perry, Carrie, and Larry. 3, 2, 1. Time's up, sis. Oh, come on, bros. We need to give Jerry more time. I'm sure he's gonna make it. Nope. Deadline's expired. Your lover is obviously not worthy of you. But, no buts. He failed our traditional family test. The test is not traditional. You guys made it up because you hate Jerry. We do. I mean, who wouldn't hate a dork named Jerry? And you agreed on the test. Only because you talked me into it, and you affirmed that the test would be simple. It is simple. He simply should have traced the tachyon particles of your... You know that Jerry's not the technical kind of guy. Right, Julia. Your fiancé is the stupid kind of guy. He's not stupid. No? Has he already found out, then, that you were not checking out solar locations on 6 solar systems by picking up your brothers? Guess not. Has he figured out that the shuttle accident was a fake? Has he at least realized that he is on Earth and not on some hostile alien planet? I don't know. Well then, forget the dork and let's head home. Why are you all wearing the same clothes and hair, by the way? You are sextuplets, for God's sakes. How about some individualism? Well, sharing the same genetic code, we also share the same taste. And shut up, Carrie. Julia is just trying to buy that sucker some time. Thaisa says it's over. Let's head home. But what if Jerry gets here? He'll probably think I'm dead. He does not think. Please, I love this guy. All right, you can leave him this note I've prepared. It explains that you leave him. Fine, but leave me alone at least for a short while so that I can mentally say farewell. Okay, take your 10 seconds to forget him. But don't you dare to add a single word to the letter. Oh, wow, I hate her. Okay. You press the copper coin and the raw potato too. You do know what you're doing. You have just created a fully functional potato battery. Shortly after you had removed the drill, the tree has started to bleed a thick liquid. My God, it's gold! That's why someone had drilled the hole. It's gold birch after all. What? You don't need to gild it. Okay, let's go see if I can use this potato thing on the little doohickey in the house. You place your potato battery in the socket. You did it, Jerry! The low voltage of your potato battery sufficed to trigger the electric mechanism. A hidden door next to you simply vanishes. You've discovered a secret passageway. Where will it lead to? Well done, Jerry. You have found a path to the plateau that looks like a landing site. It's a 60-kilogram stone with a flat top. You can see an indentation that goes around the whole stone. How do you know that the stone weighs exactly 60 kilograms? Because you once had a trial session as a weightlifter. And I managed to lift 60 kilograms? No, you lifted only 20, and this stone is thrice as heavy. Some polluter has left an empty Coke can. Okay. You are now proud owner of an empty 0.4-liter Coke can. Oh my goodness. If they're going to have me do math now, aren't they? It's a metal shield. It reads, first declutch, then change gear. Wow, this metal plate is hot. The sun must have heated it up. You cannot lift 60 kilograms. You remove the paperweight and take the sheet of paper. It's a letter. It reads, Jerry, as expected, you have failed the test. You have proven yourself being stupid beyond all measure. I am herewith breaking our engagement. I am done with you. Don't ever try to look for me again. Oh no! She has abandoned me! The love of my life! I can just as well jump from these cliffs! Wait! There's still hope! What hope? That I survive the jump and just break my spine? No wait, dude! Does this really look like Julia's handwriting? And take a smell of this letter! This scent of lemon! Doesn't it smell familiar to you? You reread the message. Its content hasn't gotten any less unpleasant, but why the heck does it smell of lemons? Okay. Well. Since your balloon can carry 66 kilograms, it would simply fly away with a 60-kilogram stone. You will need something to increase the weight of the stone. Whoa. Oh, it's hot. So you can heat something up. Oh, really? You place Julia's unpleasant farewell letter on the hot plate. Suddenly, faint letters appear on the paper. Faint letters appear on the heat? In the heat? Are they elfish? No, they're not. It's not the one letter. The letters become clear. Julia, the smart girl, must have used lemon juice to write you a secret message, and the heat of the metal plate has revealed it. It reads, Dear Jerry, love of my life, I am so sorry my stupid sextuplet brothers have organized this silly quest to prove that you are not worthy of being part of our family. This quest is so unfair that I decided to place a few heart-shaped hints for your assistance. But I always believed in you. Please don't give up on me now. I love you so much. Please help. Help! The letter ends very abruptly. Something's very wrong. As wrong as this whole faked quest? No, this time it's no false alarm. Your bride is in danger. Is Julia still in love with me? Is she really in danger? You hear the sound of a transporter. Was this an alien soldier? Yes, and unfortunately, the operator of the transporter screwed it up and entered the wrong coordinates. Next time you won't be that lucky again. So hide! Oh, I'm glad they tell me to hide. I don't have to do anything. Once more, you hear the transporter sound. The futuristic-looking soldier starts to read Julia's letter. He will soon read Julia's cry for help and conclude that someone's about to enter the scene. If you have anything in your pedo, it's time to lead your trump. What does that even mean? Well, let's see if I can go find this guy's corpse. That'd be kind of cool. No, wait, it's way down below, so I don't think I'm going to find it. I don't want to bury it. I need something to put in it, right? So let's, well, you didn't let me put those on there before. How come they're sticking now? With the 3 feathers as stabilizers, this bolt has become a dangerous missile. You load your holy crossbow with your bolt. You're now armed to the teeth. Well, let's just go shoot this guy in the back of the head. I tried using those on there and it said, what are you going to secure them with? So, I guess I wasn't really thinking that it would actually do anything. You can't shoot him. His futuristic armor is impenetrable for your ancient weapon. Okie dokie then. What's next? Oh! The gold! I bet the gold is, got the weight I need. Oh, brother. Here. You take out your cup, empty measuring cup, and greedy as you are, you collect the gold to the last drop. You now have 1 liter of gold birch juice. Considering the specific weight of gold you have, about 10 kilograms of gold. You fill the .41 can with the gold birch juice from your 1 liter measuring cup. The measuring scale of your measuring cup has vanished. Since you have poured out .4 liters from a full 1 liter vessel, there should be exactly .6 liters of gold birch juice in your cup. So now I have the the whatever amount I need to go and keep the rock from totally, you know, floating off. You place your cup that is filled with 0.6 liter of gold birch juice on the flat top of the stone. Stone plus cup now weigh a total of 66 kilograms. You wouldn't take off. You are too heavy for the... Oh. Taking advantage of the indentation in the stone, you wrap the string of your Heart and Fart 66 around the stone. Since uplift and weight are compensating each other, the balloon and the weighted stone rise a few inches. A moderate breeze from the west makes your balloon float towards your alien friend. The wind ceases, causing your cruise missile to stop right behind Mr. High Speed Reader. What now? I'll just save, and then I'll try shooting the thing. Okay, Mr. Tell, fire! Your bolt finds its way to the gas balloon. The explosion of the heart is so intense that its ballast is fired away by the blast. The soldier's armor protects the impact on the alien's body, but the poisonous space cow fart does the trick within milliseconds. Excellent job, Jerry Wilco! Now let's go switch out his armor. You search the poor guy's armor. It feels very strange. The material this armor is made of has certainly not yet been invented. This guy is definitely from the future. While fumbling around in one of the inside pockets, you get hold of a metal gadget. You try to pull it out. While doing so, you accidentally activate it. Activate what? Did I just see myself over there? No. But I could swear that... Shut up and get ready for the next chapter. Take this and... Jerry! I'm ready to kick your alien soldier butts anytime. In the future. Now, Jerry! What? Jerry, you are not on board of the hijacker's spaceship. Maybe I have landed on their holodeck? No, you have not. Where am I? This is a stupid question, as you are obviously still on the very same plateau. Really? But it looks a bit different. And what is the right question then? The right question is when you are. When? Precisely. I don't get it. Of course not. Could you hurry the dialogue up just a little bit? Explain it to me then. I don't wanna. Ask him. Whom? Him. I appreciate a little bit of amusing dialogue with the narrator, but at this point, I'm just like, you've overdone it a lot. Doc Black. Well, hello. What have we got here? I am Doc Black, scientist and inventor. I used to be a priest, but now I am looking for enlightenment in the field of physics. I'm Jerry Wilco, father. Jerry Wilco, eh? Nice to meet you. But don't call me father. Oh, I got it. Ooh. My inflection was wrong. Nice to meet you, but don't call me father. I am a doc now. Say, how have you been able to reach this plateau without walking through my hut? You have a hut, father? I mean, doc? Yes, over there, through the cave. But now tell me, where have you come from? Well, this is not the right question. The right question is when I am from. You tell the doc that you and Julia were looking for the right place for your wedding ceremony. How you lost her in the crash, climbed down to the waterfall, fell down the cliffs, and stumbled through all your other heroic adventures. Eventually, you tell him about the alien hijackers from the future, that you killed one of them, and that you unintentionally triggered a device in the soldier's armor. I see. You see? Sure, it's rather obvious. When you search the soldier's armor, you have triggered a transporter for space and time. Time? Are you sure? Take a look around. Don't you notice anything? The vine at the entrance to the cave, for instance. It's much shorter, but it's still there. Wrong! It's already there. And this means... It means that you have traveled back in time! I'm a time traveler? That's cool. I'll go down in history as a time traveler, and as a sideline, I'll be able to prevent Julia from being hijacked. It's not cool at all. You must not change your future. More precisely, your past. Any attempt to mess with this time-space continuum could end to a bad end. Great Scott! So I cannot help Julia? Damn! But why have I traveled back in time in the first place? You traveled back in time because the transporter had been set to an absolute space coordinates here, while the time coordinates had been set relatively. I don't get it. The soldier's transporter had been set to the geographic coordinates where you consequently also just landed. Clear? Yeah, clear. So how come that other one teleported in over the cliff? The temporal coordinates, however, had not been set to an absolute point in time, but relatively. The soldier traveled a certain length of time back in the past. You have now traveled the same length of time, even more in the past. Got it? I think so. This means if I don't want to meet Julia as an old man, I must find a way to travel back to the future. We must send you back to the present, to be exact, and fast before you mess up the time-space continuum. Space-time continuum? Okay, but how? You don't happen to have a cryo chamber, do you? No, this won't be invented until the end of Space Quest 2. Well, at least they figured something out from Space Quest. But I have recently invented something that might help you. A temporal wormhole generator. You can generate a wormhole that sends me through time? Precisely! I only need one final ingredient to complete it. A worm! A worm? Of course! Do you think it's called a wormhole after all? Well then, if this is what it takes to get my love back, I'll get you that worm. There's something in the cave. It looks like a set of oxygen bottles for divers. Hey Doc, may I borrow that diving equipment in the cave? It's not diving equipment, it's a jetpack. And yes, you can borrow it. Just let me tell you, its operation is very expensive. You cannot go back to my place. Any area you've been around, or will be around, must remain untouched by you. And pray to God that you haven't changed anything in this plateau. Oh, right. Okay, you buckle on your jetpack. And finally, nothing happens. You unbuckle your jetpack. Hey Doc, what's wrong with this jetpack? Nothing's wrong with it. I have invented it after all. It's just out of fuel. I told you it was too expensive to operate. What, for God's sakes, is it running on? Kerosene? Of course not. Kerosene is based on crude oil, and this has become absolutely unaffordable. It's running on noble metal. Any noble metal. You mean like the gold? Okay, you buckle on your fueled jetpack. Well done, Jerry. And now press the start button. We have a liftoff. We have a liftoff. Whee! You land somewhere else in the mountains. I'm sure I can find tons of worms here. We will see. It's cow dung. No, it's... Okay. I'm starting to get to the point where it's like, you look at something and then they have like 8 to 15 different conversation sections here just to, for this one item. We have come to the understanding that this is cow dung and it's already quite dry. In former times, people used cow dung to insulate their homes. Well, then take it. Your hands need no dung crust. Okay, well, that's the end of this episode anyway. I just realized I'm at 34 minutes, so I will end it here. Thanks, everybody, for checking it out. I'm going to be honest. I'm not horribly impressed with this. I think, here's the thing. Okay, I'm liking the environment so far, but I think that the point of Space Quest was missed horribly, and I will say for the record that there isn't a lot of creativity here because it seems like it's another Space Quest 2 type environment. Now, you may be thinking, well, what's wrong with that? Well, there isn't anything wrong with that, except once you start seeing later fan games. You'll see. I'll mention it later on when I start getting into other games. But until then, I will let you go, and if you want to drop a comment or anything down below, please do so. I know I'm kind of bashing this game a lot. Like, I get that there's effort put into this with like the AGS engine and all stuff like that, but I just like, I think there could have been a lot more effort put in to make it unique. I mean, obviously they put effort into the environments, so why couldn't they have put it into like the inventory items, or just like remembering what Space Quest is supposed to be about, and putting a little effort. And the thing is, I probably wouldn't be as bugged with it if it didn't seem like, if you look up on Google fan Space Quest games, there's a site, spacequest.net, SpaceQuest.net or something like that. Anyway, they put up there the ones that they think are really good, and this one's up there. And this is like, yeah, it's a full game, but come on, take a look at this. Does this really seem like Space Quest? They're talking about Earth all the time. There's no Xenon from what I see. Like, I don't know. There's no mention of anything that would really make the Space Quest except for the introduction and the name of the characters, and that's about it. But anyway, thanks everybody. Oh, and there's no deaths at all. But thanks everybody for dropping by again. Hopefully we'll see you again in the next video. And as always, I hope you all have a great rest of your day.